Over the next 4 days, we are going on one of our US bucket list backpacking trips, Havasu Falls. This morning we dropped off Kona in Las Vegas to be boarded and drove about 3 hours to Peach Springs, Arizona. We just picked up our permit and paperwork, packed our bags, and tomorrow morning, very bright and early, the adventure begins. Last night we stayed at the Grand Canyon Caverns Inn campground, which is the closest place to stay to the trailhead. It's about an hour and a half away. And we want to get started around sunrise to beat the heat. So we hit the road at 4 a.m. this morning. We're just about to pull up to the parking lot, and I am so glad that this drive is just about over. It has been so stressful. There's been so many bunnies darting across the road, elk hanging off the road just right on the shoulder, cows hanging out with them. We didn't hit anything, but we did have some pretty close calls, and I'm glad this drive's just over.
So there are a few very important things to know about doing this hike. It is located on the Havasupai Reservation within the Grand Canyon and is a 10-mile one-way hike from the trailhead to the camping area. There are also specific rules to visit, so please follow them and respect their land since they are kind enough to let us visit. And one of the main rules is that you must get a permit to do this hike. As of 2024, for a 4-day, 3-night permit, which is the only option, it costs $455 per person, which is a ton of money for a hike, and it does increase yearly. And it can be pretty difficult to get a permit. It took us an hour and 15 minutes to get one because the site kept crashing, but we were patient and we got them, and we are so excited to be here. Oh my goodness. Hi.
You always hear people talk about how gorgeous the waterfalls are, but you don't hear much about how beautiful this hike is. We're hiking in the freaking Grand Canyon right now, and this early morning light is giving these huge canyon walls a beautiful glow.
We made a friend. I probably shouldn't let it kiss me, but it's too cute. Hi, sweetie. You're a cute dog. You're so sweet.
All right, we picked up a friend along the way. Come on.
Let's go. We had heard that there are a lot of dogs along this trail. Some of them do have homes, but some of them are strays, and they'll just follow you the entire trail. So we were secretly hoping that one would find us and follow us because we just miss Kona so much, and I don't think we could have gotten a cuter puppy. We just went through Supai village, and no photos or videos are allowed, but inside the village you can find a store, a restaurant, a helipad if you decide to helicopter in or out, and a lodge if you don't want to camp. But we love camping, and it was cheaper, so that's what we're gonna do.
We have made it to our first waterfalls, and check this out. It is an oasis out here. There are 5 waterfalls along the trail: 50-foot, Navajo, Havasu, Mooney, and Beaver Falls. This is Navajo Falls right behind me, and we're getting close to Havasu Falls, which is the namesake of the hike.
Oh wow.
Oh my God. Dang.
What a surreal feeling to be standing here looking at Havasu Falls after years of seeing photos of it. It is just as beautiful in person as it is in all the photos.
We have seen some crazy, beautiful blue waters, alpine lakes, glacial lakes, but this one just seems even more blue and even more clear. It might be because it's contrasted against the orange rocks all around it. Man, this is seriously mind-blowing.
As much as we would love to jump into Havasu Falls right now, our main goal is to get a campsite. The campground gets crazy busy here. There can be upwards of 300 people camping here per night, and the campground itself is pretty bare bones. It's basically just a mile stretch of land that has some pit toilets dispersed throughout, as well as a spring to fill up on fresh water, and basically you can just camp wherever you can find a spot for your tent, so hopefully we can get a decent spot.
All right, after searching the entire campground, we found our home for the next 3 nights. It's pretty secluded. Not too many people can be around or in the shade. It's got a picnic table. There's only one downside. It's right next to bathroom number 3.
This could have some advantages. I pretty much always have to pee in the middle of the night, so it can't get more convenient than this campsite. As long as the wind doesn't blow the wrong way, because then it might get a tad smelly.
Some would say it's the turd of all spots.
There's probably a reason that no one has picked this spot.
We recently upgraded our tent, and this is its first big adventure. We got the Big Agnes Copper Spur UL3 bikepacking tent, which is a teaser for a future adventure. And the difference between a bikepacking tent and a backpacking tent is that the poles are much shorter so that they can fit across the handlebars of a bike. And we think it's great for backpacking as well because it just packs down so small and fits perfectly in our backpacks.
This is my first time in the tent and I love it so far. We got a 3-person tent because our last tent was a 2+, which fit us and Kona perfectly, but this one just has a little bit more space for our gear and it has so many storage compartments all around and it's way smaller than our last tent. Adam's trying to sneak a nap in, but it's exploring time!
We plan to spend time at the first 3 waterfalls on another day, but for the rest of the day, we're gonna head down to Mooney Falls.
And to get there, you have to climb down a 200-foot wet cliff face with some rock steps and ladders and chains to help you. And so many people say it is terrifying, and I've been scared of this for many, many months. I've had so much anxiety leading up to it, but I'm going to face my fears. I'm just telling myself, just go for it. Don't just stop and look around, just do it. I know I can do it. People do it every day, but I'm still really scared.
Gosh, that is way down there. Oh, another gorgeous one. This one's even better. Oh my gosh.
All right, we've made it to where the fun begins. We have to go down this cave right here to get to the sketchy part. So this isn't even the sketchy part, although it is a pretty steep cave. Okay, this isn't too bad. There are steps in here. At first it looked like it was just a slide. All right, cave number 2. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
don't look.
Don't look down. It's okay, it's gonna be fine.
Yep. It's starting to get wet. Yep. Yep. Good.
Oh, I'm shaking. Oh my God.
Yeah. Pretty tough.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, that's a, just kind of hang to the right. Yeah. Stay to the right. There's more steps over here.
Like right here?
Yep.
Where do I put my hands?
You just gotta like, yeah, use that. Yeah.
So this step right here?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Almost there.
No, we're not.
I just took a big step down. Yeah. And then like 2 steps down. You got it.
Now where?
Now like back down to your left right here. Yeah, yeah.
Water's very sticky.
Yeah, I'll get off of it. You want to kiss the ground?
That is what we just climbed down. Oh my gosh. I was hopeful that I would come down from this saying it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but I think it was just as bad as I thought it would be. There were just times where it was really hard to find a good next step. My legs just couldn't go very far, and you're having to kind of look below you as you're going down to see where to go next, which is hard. I don't know. I did it. I'm very proud of myself for doing it, but that was one of the scarier things I've ever done hiking.
Yeah, that was way sketchier and way scarier than I thought it would be. You know, leading up to this, it's like, everybody does it. Just about everybody that comes out here does it. So it's not gonna be any big deal, but there were some times where I had to like pause and like really catch my breath and just calm myself down. But man, it was tough.
But I would say it was absolutely worth it because look at this waterfall. It is crazy. The water is so blue. It is so powerful. It is majestic.
It is chilly. Ooh, that mist. Woo. That feels so good.
And now it is time to go back up this thing. And I had heard that gloves help. They help you kind of have more grip, and I didn't use them on the way down, but I think I'm gonna try them on the way back up. We did it! We survived!
Oh man, it was way easier coming up. Still super sketchy, still scary. Oh man, heart's still pounding.
Shockingly, I actually thought it was kind of fun coming up. It was so much easier.
Yeah, when you're going up, you're always looking up. You're not looking down anymore, and you're just kind of pulling yourself up, and you just go so much faster. And luckily, your footing and the rocks, there's this like, it's pretty grippy, and hey, you just keep climbing up, and before you know it, you're already at the top.
Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Tonight we're having meals from a brand new company called Bowl and Kettle, which in my opinion has the cutest branding ever. It was started by a friend of mine from college and her husband who hiked the PCT, so they clearly know backpacking food. We actually got to taste test these a year ago, and I'm so excited that they are finally for sale and we can eat them on all of our adventures.
They currently have 3 flavors and we brought all of them on this trip, but tonight we're having chicken tikka masala and I'm having crawfish etouffee like I'm down home in Louisiana. So it's in a brown butter roux, and man, look how like gravy-like or like creamy that is. Come on. Just as good as I remember. I don't eat a ton of crawfish etouffee in my life, but man, this one kicks some butt.
Besides these meals, one other thing I'm very excited about is my new backpacking spoon. It's extra long so your hands don't have to get all up in the bags when you're eating the meals. It was $5 and it's probably the best $5 I've ever spent. If I close my eyes right now, I would think that we just got takeout from an Indian restaurant here at Havasu Falls.
We're gonna have some neighbors coming over trying to steal bites of our stuff.
Yeah,
we got the best ones.
We have the best meals in Havasu.
That's money, dude.
It has been a very, very long day, so we're gonna hit the hay, even though it is still light out, and
It's only 6:30 right now.
it's 6:30 p.m. right now.
I don't think I'm gonna have any issues. I actually fell asleep sitting at the picnic table earlier, just my head in my hand.
I looked over, I was like, are you asleep?
What?
So yeah, it's safe to say we're very tired. Today we are hiking to the Confluence, which is where the Colorado River and Havasu Creek meet. We think it's going to be around a 16-mile round-trip hike from our campsite, so it's going to be an all-day adventure. And to get there, we have to go down to Mooney Falls again. Oh my gosh! We did it! We made it to the bottom for the last time. It's the last time that we had to climb down this thing. I would say it was maybe slightly easier than yesterday. Knowing what to expect scared me more this morning because I know I struggled in some parts. But I think once I was doing it, I felt a little bit more comfortable. But I was still scared out of my mind.
Yeah, I did feel a little bit better this time. It was definitely easier, and we went a lot faster. I think we probably half the time, and I think just coming down, I knew what to expect with my feet, and like, because the first time I didn't know how slippery it was gonna be, and so this time I felt more confident in my hands and my feet and the grip and everything, and I made it. I do
think gloves helped. I wore gloves down this time, and I think I liked that better.
I didn't do gloves, and I'm okay, but
it's like a personal preference,
could help,
but
we did it. That's the last time, thankfully.
Shout out to Adam for helping me. I think having someone go down before you and telling you kind of where to put your feet and your hands helps so much. So
yeah, have a more confident person, I guess, go down first.
We did it.
Yes, we did it.
We did it. Oh.
Next up, we've got to get to Beaver Falls, which we hear can be an adventure, but not nearly as scary or sketchy as that climb down to Mooney Falls.
This water is so clear that it looks really shallow, but it is deceptively deep. It is up to my upper thigh right now. This is the perfect amount of thrill and fun. I love this part. This is Beaver Falls, and it is magical. It is just levels of cascading waterfalls It may not be as tall as Havasu or Mooney, but there are so many waterfalls and it just has such a unique look to it. Man, we can't stop saying this as we hike, but being out here just feels like a magical oasis. Everything is just so lush and blue and vibrant. Oh, this is just amazing.
It's not that warm yet, but we're going for a dip.
I didn't want to wear my bathing suit for like 16 miles today, so I'm just going in my clothes. Oh no! That was so deep into my stuff.
Let's go.
Oh, it is cold.
All right, and now it is time to head to the Confluence. We have 6 miles to get to it that way, and this sign says don't leave this point past 10:30. It's just after 9 right now, so we're doing great.
So we had heard that the trail at the Confluence can be a little tricky to find at times, and we did download the offline All Trails maps, but from everything that we read and what is proving to be true, with just the canyon walls, the GPS signal's not very good in here, so it's not super helpful. Our All Trails recording thinks that we've crossed the river about 6 times already, and we've only crossed it once. But what is helpful are these cairns that we are finding along the way, and are some sections that have a blue arrow that'll kind of tell you where to go, but it's definitely going to be an adventure getting down there. We always struggle with what to eat on backpacking trips besides the dehydrated backpacking meals, which are delicious, but they can get really expensive and they take a decent amount of time to make. And I had what I think, we'll see once we try it, a genius idea to basically make adult Lunchables. We have this flatbread pita, we got some bagged pizza sauce, and we just put that on, some pepperonis, and some Baby Bell cheeses. And I think this looks really good, but we'll see if it tastes good. Mmm. Tastes kind of like a cold pizza. I dig that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like cold pizza. How could it be bad?
I think it's better than a sandwich. It's more exciting than a sandwich. All right.
Good idea. Perhaps. We were just talking about how we haven't seen any bighorn sheep yet, and we stumbled upon 3 of them, munching on the leaves on the edge of the water and just trampling through the water.
The more we keep walking down the river, the more we keep seeing, including some super tiny, adorable babies. We have one final river crossing and then we will be at the confluence. So this right behind me is the Colorado River, and then right down there is Havasu Creek, and right where they meet you can see an interesting contrast of colors. There's kind of this green hue on the Colorado River, and then the Havasu Creek is just like bright blue and clear, and they mix right there. And even though they're mixing, they stay separate. It is so interesting to see. In many photos that we've seen of this, the Colorado River is very, very brown, so it's even more of a stark contrast, but today the river is a bit more green, so it's maybe not as obvious to see. But honestly, even besides just seeing the confluence, it is amazing to be standing at the Colorado River in the Grand Canyon right now. We've been to the Grand Canyon once before, but we've never been down to the Colorado River. And just looking off that way with all the rapids and seeing the rafters go by, it is just bucket list experience right now.
Seeing these rafts and these dory boats is just adding another item to the bucket list. Rafting on the Colorado River through the Grand Canyon, but we have a long journey to get back to camp, so we're gonna book it and we'll see you when we get there.
Come on, birds.
While A plus K was away, the birds will play.
The birds think since we're camping next to the toilet that our tent is the toilet, I guess. Ooh. Oh man, what a day. According to our All Trails recording, it says we hiked over 21 miles today, which I don't think is accurate at all. I think a better way to kind of gauge how much we hiked is the time. It took us a total of 10 hours out there, and from leaving our tent this morning to getting to the confluence and turning around, that was about 7 hours. And that included stopping by Mooney Falls, swimming at Beaver Falls, swimming along the way, having lunch, and then just filming everything. And then on the way back, it took us only 3 hours, which is crazy. We hiked back so fast because we weren't filming, we just powered through the whole time.
We had read conflicting things about whether it was worth it to go down there or not, and to us, we think it is 100% worth it. We love hiking in general, and we just love adventurous activities and just seeing everything along the way. So we just loved every minute of it. It was just so beautiful the entire way. There are so many swimming holes, the water you see the entire time, the cliffs are all towering above you. We got to see wildlife, not very many people, got to see the Colorado River, the north rim of the Grand Canyon, rafters going by.
Yeah.
Loved every single bit of it.
It was such a fun way to spend the day, and as you mentioned, we didn't see many people. We saw a total of 4 other people from Havasu Falls down there. There were a lot of rafters towards the end, like a bunch of groups of rafters, but people that had the wristbands and that we think were from Havasu Falls, and from talking with them,
Not many.
only 4, which is wild. So that alone, in our opinion, made it worth it.
Yeah, we loved the solitude about it. There was long stretches of the hike where I didn't see anybody.
Yeah, just bighorn sheep.
Yeah.
But we are pooped.
Wiped.
It is time to relax a bit, eat,
Good hot meal.
and then lights out.
Today is our last full day here, and we're just gonna take it easy today. We're gonna head back up to the first 3 waterfalls, lay out, read, relax, and swim, because my goal is to swim in every waterfall here.
The first waterfall that we want to check out today is 50-foot Falls, which is a bit tucked away compared to the others. But we found this trail that leads from the left side of the first bathrooms that you'll come across when entering from the village. So we think that's how you get there. You have to get full on wet to get to this waterfall.
Woo-wee. Oh yeah.
What I love about it here is that most of the waterfalls have some sort of adventure to get to them.
I don't know if this is the right way to get to the falls, but we made it. And it's the fun way.
This is a fun way for sure.
All right, we found a spot.
There's not really an area at this one to just like lay out and sit. You're basically in the water or you're right up against this wall right here. You can walk behind this waterfall!
We really want to find a waterfall we can sit and relax at, so we're gonna head to Navajo Falls. And this one might be the best one for swimming.
What I like about this one is that they have these little pools that you can sit in and soak, which is very nice and relaxing. Some of the other waterfalls that have such a strong current that you're like actively having to swim to be in them.
On our way to our fifth and final waterfall, Havasu Falls, we saw a fry bread stand, so we obviously had to get some. We got the Indian taco, which has fry bread, which is basically just a fried dough, and then there's beans, ground beef, cheese, tomatoes, and lettuce. Oh man, this thing was $18 as of right now filming this video, in case you're curious, and cash only, and it's pretty big. It's a lot of food, and I am starving. This is gonna be our first like fresh meal that isn't dehydrated in days. I can't wait.
Tastes just like a taco with a chewy shell.
Fry bread just kind of tastes like an unsweetened donut, and it just adds such a nice like crispy but also pillowy texture to the taco. It is amazing that you can get fresh fry bread out here. I had heard that just before we showed up, the helicopter had flown in with supplies so they could make the fry bread today. And just knowing all the work that goes into making this makes it taste even better. It has been so nice to just take it easy and recover today and just hop between the waterfalls and swim and just lay out and read. It was basically the perfect day, except for one little hiccup we had.
Way back at 50-foot falls, we were on our way out of the water. Everything was going great, trying to find our way out. We had about 10 more steps to go. I had the camera on my clip on my chest.
You can see where this is going, can't you?
And I was like by the edge of the water, and it was sloped. I couldn't see where I was stepping, and I slipped forward, and the camera dipped into the water, pretty much completely submerged.
And then he tripped again, and it went back in.
Yeah, and so, yeah, you can kind of guess what our issue is.
Yeah, so the camera's mostly working, but we cannot get the microphone to work.
Yeah.
So that part of the day has not been relaxing, just trying to air out the camera for probably over an hour or more.
It's made things a little stressful.
Made things a little tricky, but you know what? We came here just to enjoy this.
Yeah.
It's kind of forced us to not just be on our camera the entire time and just admire the scenery and just soak it in for ourselves. So it's not all bad. We still had a wonderful day.
It's still an amazing experience, still amazing to be here. it takes a lot to take away from that.
Just if you go to 50-foot falls, just maybe don't have your expensive camera.
Keep it in
out.
your bag. Tonight we're having the street corn grits. Oh my god. Oh, it smells ridiculous.
It smells smoky.
Yeah.
Oh dang. That is good.
So cheesy.
Thick, cheesy, and creamy. Yeah.
I don't swim that. I got this every day.
We are hitting the trails, we beat the heat and the sun.
That was an amazing experience. As we mentioned, this was one of our bucket list hikes, and it totally lived up to the hype and more.
Going into it, we were a little worried about the crowds. We're used to backpacking in more remote and secluded areas, and to be honest, we go out into nature to try to get away from humans, so we were kind of scared that that was going to take away from the experience for us, but honestly, the crowds were not that bad at all. What really helps is that you have this constant flow of people coming in, leaving, and then during the day people are at different waterfalls. There's different areas to go to, so nothing ever really felt that crowded. There were many times the mornings we started super early that we were the only people at waterfalls, and the busiest thing that we experienced was Havasu Falls yesterday because we were there midday, and it's, you know, the iconic, the big kahuna of all the waterfalls. But truly everything about this trip was just perfect, except our little camera incident.
That was our fault.
Our little camera incident wasn't perfect, but everything else, just the scenery, the waterfalls,
The Confluence was so much fun.
We both, on our hike back today, we were like, what was our favorite part? And I think we both agree it was the Confluence. Just the whole experience from Mooney to Beaver to going to the actual Confluence. Just amazing. So yeah, this will be just a trip that we will remember and cherish forever, because with the prices, I don't know if we'll be back ever again, or anytime soon at least.
By the time this video comes out, we'll have a handful of detailed guides on our website all about this hike, including how to get permits, the process for check-in, everything we brought with us, the different rules for visiting, plus tons of other tips we couldn't fit into this video. So definitely go check those out if you're doing this hike soon, or if you're just dreaming of doing it someday.
But now, our favorite time, the post-backpacking feast. Cheers.